Hey PAX, we're Team Legendary, a 7-person student team out of Austin, and this is our game, Shoobox. Today we'll be playing through the very first level of our game and offering some insights into how and why we made this weird little game about love, moderate to severe destruction, and a shoebox with very human legs.
All right. So, how Shoebox came about is actually a pretty simple story. Like my whole team, we all had to bring one game idea to like pitch to everybody, right? So after we were all done pitching our ideas, we couldn't actually really decide on which one to choose. There were like a few good ones, and we were just all sitting there awkwardly staring at each other because this is the first time we like really all met. And my teammate Jake, he was like, well, I like weird games. And I was like, oh, so you like weird games? Well, how about this? So I pitched, imagine a box with sexy, buff ass legs.
The shoebox has just found the boots, the first of 2 shoe powers that the player can unlock throughout the game. The boots let the players kick objects nearby them, like those currently highlighted in green by our hint system. We design our mechanics to be simple and intuitive to use, but resolve themselves differently depending on the level. For example, kick in the hotel is used to blow up toilets and knock down paintings, but in the later airport levels it is used for activating switches and moving carts. This design philosophy provides players a consistent framework for acting within a wide variety of unique puzzles and gameplay experiences. Our levels are a combination of light stealth and lock and key puzzle mechanics. The keys in this situation are often the NPCs themselves, such as the father or housekeeper who were just summoned to open doors. The keys can also be objects, like switches or bags that are guarded by NPCs. In either case, the general flow of one of our levels is figuring out how to redirect the NPCs away from places or towards certain places, all while avoiding being seen. We increase the puzzle difficulty within an area by adding more NPCs to avoid, more locks, or both. As you'll notice, this puzzle in this room is very similar to the first room, but with the added difficulty of the father NPC to avoid.
Shoobox takes a lot of inspiration from Untitled Goose Game, so the sound design and music design follow suit. The music is funny, and there are well over 200 different sound effects in the game, and we're thinking about adding more in the future. We use Wise for audio implementations.
Shoobox utilizes a low-poly, colorful art style to best show off the wacky nature of the game and to keep gameplay focused on level puzzles and challenges. This is complemented by the simple, hand-colored cutscenes in between stages that progress the story of Shoobox and its search for its owner. Even the menus and buttons kick in on the action, with players reading shoelaces, pressing and selecting shoeboxes, and toggling shoe prints in the options or level select.
Shoodads are collectibles that are used to adorn your owner's brand-agnostic clogs and, of course, your Steam Achievements page. We added them in to encourage tinkering, exploration, and kicking random stuff until tiny accessories pop out.
The NPCs of the Shoebox world are the core of the stealth aspect of this game. These people are, frankly, quite offended at the existence of a sentient shoebox. Some of them, like the kids we saw earlier, will freak out and run away. while others will shout for help or relentlessly pursue the strange walking box. The exception, of course, is the owner, who loves the shoebox very much. Fortunately for our protagonist, the NPCs don't really have a concept of object permanence, so if the shoebox manages to hide out of sight, those pesky humans will go back to minding their own business, maybe questioning their sanity. They're also easily distracted and can often be manipulated into doing favors for the player. It's actually pretty ambiguous what they do with the shoebox once they catch it. I guess we'll just leave that to the imagination. And no spoilers, but at some point the balance of power shifts, and at that point the player will face an important decision on how to proceed.
At the start of the next area, you possess the suitcase that you snuck out of the hotel in, and it becomes your player character. Each following area will end with the player hopping into a new box, eventually forming a Russian nesting doll of boxes that represents player progression. Each time the player finishes an area, that player is a little more powerful but also a little bit easier for NPCs to notice. At the end of the game, we show the player just how far they've come in the search for their owner. It's a heartfelt ending that you don't want to miss. We really hope you'll try out Shoobox for free on Steam today, and thank you so much for watching.